and it's important for a very good reason. I am a multi-ethnic Ghanaian, and the fundamentals is this. My father, Openi George Akosio DAMPARE. The mother comes from Achimwoso, or their ancestral home at Kwaua Sakraka. His father comes from Chebi, and his father comes from the village. I'm trying to put it together, I'm sorry. Begro. And my father's father comes from Begro, and his father comes from Okropon. My mother comes from the Siam. My mother's name is Agnes Siam, maiden name. She comes from the Siam family of Chronology, who migrated to live at Nkonya Ropon. So looking at me, that is the space of my parentage. I am a multi-ethnic Ghanaian, and that's why I'm passionate about Ghana. Now, in terms of my education, I didn't have the benefit of going to a secondary school, but by the grace of God and by the mentorship of many, as well as hard work, from a private studies for my O-level through to A-level, became a chartered accountant, and acquiring master's degrees, both of them with distinction, up to the level that I had my doctorate degree in finance and management, with multiple other professional qualifications that time will not permit. In terms of my policing career, Honorable Chair, I entered the police service with an level as a recruit, and by December this year, I will have been 33 years in the service. And it means that all my colleagues here today, in terms of who came into the police service first, I senior all of them. And in addition to that, within the 33 years that I have been a police officer, I've risen through the ranks to become Commissioner of Police, and later His Excellency the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, honored me with the position of Inspector General of Police. Honorable Chair, my progression within the police service is this. I reported to training on 1st of December 1990. I completed training as a constable on 30th of August 1991. And from constable, within a period of 24 years, I became a commissioner, unprecedented. What is even more unprecedented is that from constable 1991, within a period of a little over 6 years, from constable, I became a lieutenant of police. And that is even more unprecedented than becoming a commissioner within 24 years.
Who was the IGP when you became a superintendent?
Honorable Chair, I don't have that information readily, but if you will allow me to finish the opening remarks, and I will be ready to answer any question that so that I can flow. Thank you. I became a subtenant in 1997. 1997, I became a subtenant, and that was on the 1st of June 1997. So becoming a constable on 30th of August 1991, by 6 years and probably a few months, I became a subtenant of police. And that is very unprecedented. And this is how it happened. When I joined the service and looked at all the policies within the service, I realized that there's a policy that encourages education, that if you attain a particular qualification, you get a particular rank. So I started off my A-level also by private studies, and I was able to get my A-level done. And as a result of that, on the 5th of April 1993, I was promoted to the rank of sergeant. That is 2 years after I became a constable. Then in the course of it, still learning and taking advantage of the policies that encourage education, I embarked on a professional course to become a chartered accountant. And at a point when I passed certain sessions of the course, which was within a year after I became a sergeant, I was promoted to chief inspector on the 1st of September 1994. Very few people ever to be in the police service who never became a DSP, Deputy Subtenant of Police, before becoming a subtenant. So that is for the record. And what it means is that when I became a subtenant, most of the senior people around, including my own big brother George, was an ASP. So from there, I became chief subtenant after 6 years of being a subtenant. And after that, and my chief subtenant was on 1st of February 2003. That is from 1997, after 6 years or thereabout, I became a chief subtenant. And from there, roughly another 4 years, I became Assistant Commissioner of Police. And another 4 years, I became Deputy Commissioner of Police. And roughly another 4 years, I became Commissioner of Police, which is the Commissioner of Police, Assistant Commissioner of Police 2006, Deputy Commissioner of Police 2010, Commissioner of Police 2014. What it means is that within police regulations, promotions are based on the number of years you serve, your competencies, your integrity, your character, and availability of vacancies. And looking at my promotions, beyond the miracle aspect of it, the rest of my promotions started following the normal course. And at times I did find myself, why was God not in it to help me to keep moving the way I have to move? So in terms of my qualifications, my ranking in the police service, it has been purely based on my competences, my academic qualifications, and hard work because of the passion I have for the work. I have not at any point in time been called aside by any individual and granted me any favor that I do not deserve. Honorable Chair, in terms of positions I've held, I have been across virtually every command within the service. And at a point, because of my commitment to work, I was handling multiple schedules at the National Headquarters. Because if you give me a work, you just have to consider it done. Because that is me. I get things done, and I work around teams to get them done on the basis of Genesis 1:26, where I know God himself said, let us create, indicating that God being the originator of teamwork, you cannot do anything and function without teamwork. And that has been my style. So in all this, it got to a point I became the most senior Commissioner of Police, that is the next to the Inspector General of Police. And when that Inspector General of Police retired, His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, found me worthy to take that position and work together with my colleagues, together with all the other security agencies, to ensure peace, security, law, and order in this country of ours.